having this webinar was also कि उन माओं के लिए जो पूरी रात जागती हैं, अपनी रिसर्चेस करती हैं, मैंने देखा है फैमिलीज नोट्स बना रही हैं, screenshots ले रही हैं, and it's like it's too much, too overwhelming. Maybe today simplifies things for you just a little bit. थोड़ा सा mindset change, थोड़ी सी information, and if it simplifies things for you even just a little bit, I think our job here is done. So welcome all. You guys know who I am, so I will skip this part. Behind every autistic child is a mother who never give up and never stop learning. Autism is something जिसने हम सबके it's really forced us out of our comfort zone. जो चीजें हमको लगता था कि हम कर सकते हैं, we've turned everything around. We've turned the way we cook. We've turned the way we parent ourselves and our children. तो ये एक बहुत मेरे नज़दीक I want to take my hat off to all the mothers over here today, क्योंकि ये आसान नहीं है. अपने आप को इस लेवल तक ट्रांसफॉर्म करना is not easy. So congratulations to all of you for doing that. और लर्निंग एक ऐसी चीज है जो कभी खत्म नहीं होती, because knowledge is power, and that is why I believe in empowering parents. तो with that, आप लोगों को मैं एक और चीज की लर्निंग देना चाहूंगी, विच इज ऑटिज्म एंड गट इश्यूज. ठीक है ना? अब गट इश्यूज सिर्फ यही नहीं है कि ऑटिस्टिक बच्चों को होते हैं. माय मदर हैज सिग्निफिकेंट गट इश्यूज. मेरी फैमिली के अंदर कुछ और इंडिविजुअल्स को भी गट इश्यूज है, मगर डिफरेंटली इट प्रेजेंट्स इटसेल्फ. ऑटिज्म में हाउ डज इट प्रेजेंट इटसेल्फ? कॉमन जीआई इश्यूज जो किसी को भी होंगे, आप अपनी फैमिली में ऑब्जर्व कीजिए कि किसे हैं पहले, एंड देन यू विल सी के आपको अपने बच्चे में भी शायद नजर आए. इट कुड बी गैस एंड ब्लोटिंग, राइट? इट कुड बी डायरिया, it could be constipation, it could be incomplete bowel movements. So I hear mothers complain कि यार ये दिन में 4-5 दफा जाता है. There's no diarrhea, there's no constipation, but like थोड़ा करके, like incomplete bowel movements, या फिर loose stools आना, या ये कि stools are not really formed. So it's not diarrhea, it's not constipation, but it is not a well-formed stool. So do make sure that you take a look at the Bristol stool chart. That is very important. और उससे आपको ये confirm होगा कि what type of stool and bowel movement your child is having. And the undigested food particles. So these are the common sort of gut issues, right? Going forward, why are these happening? What is the reason why this happens to us? So इसकी भी reasons जो हैं वो मैं share करना चाहूँगी. And so this is common for everyone as well. So ये नहीं है कि सिर्फ autistic बच्चों में होगा, right? Overuse of antibiotics is the most leading reason जो gut के issues होता हैं. We're all a product of Pakistan, and we all know how often and commonly antibiotics are used over there. Now we'll talk about the food triggers of sensitivities. It is possible, like I found out in my mother's case, even though she is not celiac, but she has horrible gluten sensitivities. ठीक है, it triggers so much for her कि अब we know now कि अच्छा ये तो एक known fact है कि अगर अम्मी ने gluten consume कर लिया तो there is going to be the next following week is going to be bad. So that's the food triggers पर. Exposure to viruses, तो GI के issues के अंदर आपने देखा होगा food poisoning के issues होते हैं. Food poisoning से ज़्यादा भी वो जो stomach virals होते हैं, that can really deplete your gut, right? And it also pulls out so many minerals from your body. So that is another reason why it creates a gut imbalance. Use of processed foods. This is very common in our kids because वो picky eaters हैं और हम माएँ हमेशा ये चाहती हैं कि यार वो कुछ खा लें. ओके, वो कुकीज खा रहे हैं तो बस चलो पूरा बॉक्स दे दो. ओके, वो फ्राइज खा रहे हैं तो सुबह शाम दिन में 3 दफा दे दो. पराठा तो जरूर देना है, और ये भी जरूरी नहीं कि वो पराठा फ्रेश चक्की का आटा हो, बस कोई भी चीज देनी है. एंड सूजी, माय गॉड, लेट्स नॉट फॉरगेट सूजी. वी really fill our kids up with सूजी, but सूजी is processed too. एंड सूजी के अंदर न्यूट्रिशनल वैल्यू कोई बहुत हाई नहीं है. ठीक है, यू वांट टू गिव इट वंस अ वीक इज फाइन, बट नॉट टू द एक्सटेंट वी आर पंपिंग आवर किड्स विद दिस. एक्सपोजर टू टॉक्सिन्स, इट इज इनएविटेबल. ये तो हम मिस नहीं कर सकते. कनाडा में एयर क्वालिटी खराब होने लगी है, पाकिस्तान की एयर क्वालिटी ऑलरेडी खराब है. This is going to be the reality of our lives going forward. So obviously when we are exposed to so many toxins, not just in air, it is in our water, right? Actually start air से होता है, इसका मैंने image नहीं डाला, लेकिन start air से होता है. Then all those toxins, they rain down in our on our land, फिर वो seep करके जाते हैं our rivers and our water, and then they go in us. So that's why the next one is a contaminated source of water as well. Contaminated sources of water we know that's an issue in developing countries like Pakistan and India. So we know that's a problem. So nahi se boiling karna is not sufficient. You also want it filtered. Because if filtered is also not sufficient, you want it boiled also. So these are the things that you want to be mindful of because it's going to play a role. Okay. Oh, okay, so this then leads to what we call a leaky gut. Leaky gut ke baare mein, if you haven't learned what that is, please do see my video on the YouTube channel. But leaky gut, basically, ye jo maine aapko factors bataye hain, they lead to a leaky gut. Ab left side ke upar you can see there's a normal looking gut, and right side ke upar you can see it's a leaky gut. The normal gut, as you can see, are like tightly packed junction, right? Isko kehte hain tight junction proteins. There is no leak, there is no seepage, there is no breakdown of the gut lining. Jabki right side ki picture ke upar you can see कि ये सारी जो है वो हमारी gut lining break हो रही है, and you see these gaps and cavities, and that is where inflammation starts to develop. और जितना आपका gut lining inflame होगा, उतना it will break down and it allows things to enter the bloodstream. As you can see at the bottom here, that is the bloodstream. And so things start to get into the blood. और फिर उसमें आपको एक inflammatory response आता है. How does that look like in our kids? That is what we're going to talk about today. जिस gut के अंदर the gut lining is breaking down, या जिसको हम कहते हैं inflamed gut या leaky gut, उधर yeast grow होगा. Now, yeast is part of our natural gut flora. Yeast के अंदर मसला नहीं है. We're supposed to have some of the yeast in our gut, but not the overgrowth. Overgrowth of anything is going to be a problem. So we don't want this overgrowing in any way, right? How does that look like in our kids? पहले तो आप ये देखेंगे, I will start from this one. पहले आप ये देखेंगे कि it shows up with excess self-laughing. Family members, actually मुझे काफ़ी सारे Facebook groups के ऊपर ये comments नज़र आते हैं कि बच्चा हंसे जा रहा है, रुकता नहीं है, like what could be the reason? And this is the reason why parents जो हैं बोलते हैं कि यार, our kid, it's like, he's looking mad or something. And I try and explain to them that no, there's a medical reason for this. They're not misbehaving. They're not being mad. They're not being bad. There is a reason. Check the diet, check the food triggers, check the environmental triggers before you put them on medication. So you'll find excess self-laughing, you'll find कि वो अपने belly को different objects के अंदर push करते हैं, like they're seeking pressure on the belly. So that is also another sign of yeast symptom. Hyperactivity, टिक के नहीं बैठ सकते, climbing furniture, that's another one that I hear a lot. कि our child just keeps wanting to climb furniture, couch के ऊपर चढ़े हुए हैं वो, like बहुत मुश्किल हो गया, it's a safety issue, it's a hazard for us. Now you know why. Aggression as well, mood swings and aggression, very prominent with yeast overgrowth, and a gut imbalance issue. Touching private parts. So we hear this as well. This is not what you guys think. The child is not trying to, there's no early puberty happening. ऐसा कोई मसला नहीं है. What's happening is medical, ठीक है? And it's linked to जब yeast overgrow होता है, so it creates a metabolite, जो उसका byproduct है, and it's called the oxalic acid. Oxalic acid goes turn into crystals. Those crystals pool into your genital area, your urinary tract, your ears, your eye cavities. So you might see eye poking, head tapping, touching private parts. It's linked to yeast. Okay, so let's go next. Parasite symptoms. So that I want you guys to be able to decode कि मेरा बच्चा ये कर रहा है, इसका क्या रीजन है, मेरा बच्चा ये कर रहा है, उस चीज का क्या रीजन हो सकता है. तो हमने yeast कवर किया, now we're covering the parasite symptoms. Parasites के अंदर some symptoms are similar. Head tapping तो शायद नहीं आपको दिखेगी, but you will see some kind of motor tics as well, जो parasites के अंदर होती हैं. You'll find कि self-laughing भी आ रही है, तो it can come because of the yeast and it can come because of parasites as well. Teeth grinding is a very prominent symptom of parasites, right? ये रात के वक्त भी कर सकते हैं, ये दिन में भी कर सकते हैं, and मैंने देखा है कि like families बोलती हैं, oh, therapists don't really know this, so they'll be like, oh, brush the gums and It's a sensory need. No, it isn't. It's not always a sensory need. Yes, if you find that your child wants to chew on different things, it's a separate issue. Like in teeth grinding, most of the time, 90% I would say, is linked to excess ammonia and parasites. So we're talking about parasites. Hyperactivity common hai, yeast maybe, parasite maybe. Also this one, our child is always hungry, eating excessively all the time, craving food, लेकिन जिस्म को लगता नहीं. They're still like, really skinny. They're like, have deficiencies in iron, but they want to eat all the time and they're eating all the time. I think one mom told me she had to lock the fridge. I'm like, yeah, go get him tested. And I'm sure that your child has parasites. Aggression. It's a very common symptom of parasites. And itching on the bum, right? You will find that they're itching on the bum a lot, and they have like redness around their bum area. So that's another thing to watch out for. Iska maine ye change karna tha. Basically, what I'm trying to show over here is ke pika, the eating of the non-food items, licking the walls, eating sand. Ye wale jo behavior hai, that is also linked to parasites because it's linked to zinc and iron deficiency. And what do parasites love to consume? Minerals. So if your child is deficient in iron and deficient in zinc की deficiency serum से check करना थोड़ा मुश्किल है, लेकिन iron की आप easily check कर सकते हैं. More than likely they have parasites. Okay, what can you do? What are the solutions? You can get them tested for iron. It's a serum panel. You can get them tested for CBC. It will show a couple of markers for parasites as well. ठीक है, आप stool test कराएं with the additional panel of H. pylori, which is a bacteria, right? And the overgrowth of that bacteria can cause another type of GI issue. So definitely rule that out. और ये test Pakistan में easily मौजूद है. So you can just get them done from any of your local labs. Or it doesn't matter, just Pakistan, wherever you are, India, UAE, US, Canada, you can just get this done. It's simple. It's over, like it's any physician can write these for you. You want to remove the inflammatory foods, right? Because we talked about leaky gut. Now, हमें पता है कि सिर्फ parasites को treat करना is not going to be enough. Yeast को treat करना is not going to be enough, because ultimately, if your child is consuming processed foods and they have yeast or parasites, आपने deworm कर भी दिया, but diet cleanup नहीं किया, you'll have the same problem. Okay, you want to add the rainbow foods. Rainbow foods really, really help in feeding the right microbiome in your gut. वो अपना काम कर रहे होते हैं. So you want to consume more of the rainbow foods and more of the whole foods, nothing processed. You want to add the antifungal herbs. I have done a whole slide on that, so I'll share that with you. You also want to address the deficiencies and add probiotics. So जब आपको अपनी deficiencies के बारे में पता चल जाएगा by doing some blood work, then you can address those and you can add some probiotics as well. Now for step number 5, you probably need to work with a health practitioner, because ये confusing हो जाएगा for you to figure this out on your own. You're more than welcome to follow along with my videos. I'm not the only one talking about this, and whoever else is, you can follow them, but best that you work with someone. If you want, you can work with me. Number 6, deworm your children every 6 months. But that's for kids जिनको इतने ज़्यादा gut issues हैं. That's the standard thing to be told कि हाँ, हर 6 महीने पे करा लें. Maybe your child needs it more. You will find out once you get some blood work done. Okay. Whole foods diet, we talked about it. I'm mindful of the time, so I'm going to rush through this a little bit. I've done such a detailed webinar on this in my YouTube on gut health, so please look at that. Bottom line, whole foods, rainbow foods. You want to remove gluten, dairy, soy, and corn. Give your gut a break. Give your child's gut a break. This is my favorite slide. For families in Pakistan and India, जिनको imported supplements मिलना मुश्किल है, affordability issue है, at least this is something that you guys can incorporate in your daily life. It's not hard. Garlic, a very, very potent antifungal. It's also an antiparasitical and happens to be a very strong antiviral too. So garlic is something that you can easily incorporate, and I don't just mean cooking with garlic. That we do anyway. बच्चों के खाने के ऊपर आपने अगर एक clove garlic का लेके crush कर दिया, maybe you take a little bit of it, but try and rub it on the roti ka niwala या चावल में, but like actually give it directly so that they get the benefit of it. खाने में पका के, भून के मसाले में, that's a different thing. We're treating food over here as medicine, so give it as medicine. Manuka honey. Strong antiviral and antifungal properties, which is why it's so expensive. एक उसकी शीशी महंगी मिलती है. अब मुझे नहीं पता कि पूरे पाकिस्तान में कहाँ से मिलती है, but I know कराची में springs में होती है. So check it out. Coconut oil. It's got monolaurin in it. So that has antifungal properties. Yes, you can cook in it, but you can cook in ghee. Coconut oil, I'd like you to give as medicine in a teaspoon, 1 ml, but give it directly so that it gives that benefit. MCT oil is a derivative of coconut oil, so that's a good one too. Oregano, you can grow it yourself and dry it. Use it as a fresh herb or dry it and sprinkle it on the foods. But you want to give oregano because it keeps the fungal load down. राइट क्योंकि डीवर्म कर दिया आपने एंटी फंगल प्रिस्क्रिप्शन कोई दे दी या आपने जो भी कोई प्रोटोकॉल्स कर लिए जो बहुत सारे फिजिशियंस करा रहे होते हैं बट यू स्टिल हैव दैट प्रॉब्लम सो दिस वे यू विल कीप द लोड डाउन papaya seeds. Now, papaya is readily available in our countries, in our culture. Papaya seeds might be tricky to give to our kids, but that is up to the creative moms, how to manage that and hide that in the food. Cucumber seeds. Cucumber seeds के अंदर आप juices बना सकते हैं, smoothies बना सकते हैं, उसमें आपने कुछ cucumbers डाल दिए. Very strong anti-parasitical, very readily available. Pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds ka the way I like to give is to make seed butter out of it. So you actually blend it and you can add a little bit of oil in it if you like, but it releases its own oil too. And make a seed butter. You can put it on toast. You can add it to your porridges. You can mix it with your smoothies or just throw pumpkin seeds in a smoothie and that will work too. Olive leaf supplement form may be available hai. Olive leaf, as we know, ke वैसे भी readily available. It's a herb. It's very bitter, but we don't need a lot. We just need a little bit. But that is a very strong antifungal and antiparasitical as well. And ginger. Ginger keeps the inflammation down. Ginger is a gut healer and a sealant. So ginger also has really healing properties. So thank you, everyone. This is what I wanted to share with you. I know I packed in a lot of information. You will find a lot of my strategies on my channel. Do check out the role of biomedicine one as well. I know I rushed through everything today, but I wanted to give you guys something that you can walk away with today that you can help straight away. Not like when you go and you see somebody and you find some protocol and you learn something different. You can learn and help your child today. So thank you very much for this.